Hey everyone, welcome to Harvey's for Harvey's Funny Tuesdays. Go ahead, make some noise. We have not only an amazing talent of amazing comedians tonight, but we have a birthday celebrating Skye's birthday tonight. Give him a round of applause. We'll hear more about that later. Please keep your table talk to a minimum. Keep your cell phones off during the show, and boys, stay off of Grindr. Are you ready to have a good time? Yeah. You can do better. Are you ready for a great time tonight? Yeah. Please welcome to the stage this evening a very lovely lady, our guest MC. Make a big round of applause for Donna Sachet.
What an introduction. Now this is supposed to be a funny night, so feel free to laugh, but do not throw vegetables at anybody. Because everybody's trying it out. There are professional comics here tonight, there are people that have never tried it before, and there's one drag queen. That's me. When I first started doing drag, I thought, is it supposed to be fun? Because I was having a lot of fun with it. And the first show I did was right here on Castro Street. It was down at the Castro Station. Remember that bar? Pretty big area. But anyway, I did the show there, and let's say the show started at 8 o'clock. So I got there at 7:30. I thought, oh, I gotta get ready with it. I was sitting there waiting, and at like 9 o'clock, the other 5 girls came rolling in with their rolling luggage right through the bar and all the way to the back. And I thought, they're all unhappy. They're frowning. They're having a terrible time. They're late. I don't know if I'm going to be a drag queen. But there's a lot of ways to be a drag queen, and I love the way I do it here in San Francisco and how warmly I'm welcomed. Let me tell you one funny story, because funny things happen to drag queens at least. You may not realize it, but I love sports. Especially the baseball sport, because the San Francisco Giants invited me to sing the national anthem at AT&T Park. I mean, I was amazed. The thing is, I answered my own phone, so I answered it, and I said, well, I'm off tomorrow, and I know the words, okay. So Sarah, and it's so scary, they just push you out there. At some point, you're standing by the sidelines, and then they say, no, not yet, no, not yet, now, go out there. And they shove you out into the field. Well, I mean, it's very odd, and you're out there, and you pick your own note. You pick your own note. I don't know what, I just followed a note. Anyway, pick a note. And they tell you to stand on a specific base. I can't remember, I think it's 5th base. And you stand there, and you just start singing. And then they give you this highly technical theatrical thing. They go, which I guess meant they were done with me. But I saw 40,000 people in the Jumbotron. I was going to sing the second verse because it was that kind of night. But AT&T Park, can you imagine that? That's what they did for me. And when the whole thing was over, I could tell, I was winding up my last couple of notes, and there were people running back and forth across the lawn. I guess the game had started. So I didn't have any of them. But it was really fun. And that was the San Francisco Giants in 2009. What happened in 2010? They won the World Series! They won the World Series. Is there a connection? There could be, if you own a Major League team afterwards. Well, thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is Harvey's. As you know, let's give a round of applause for Harvey's having us here. And after 9 years, I was finally asked to be the MC here. I'm very busy. I'm glad this week did it. But no, Ron, you should be congratulated. Any show the last 9 years is incredible. I have a show that runs downtown, Harrigan's Scarlet Room, and it's been running for 8 years. I'll catch up with you one day or now. It's called Sunday Drag, so come see that. And Ron, after 5 years, we got a budget. I hope you do too. Okay, their first performance is out here now, and she is probably going to be the most popular because she seems to think she is. I talked to her backstage. She said she's really funny. We'll be the judge of that. She said something about SF Weekly. I don't know if she reads it or said something about her, but probably a good review. So let's bring on our first comedian, Shanti Sharan.
Give it for your host for this evening. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello, Harvey. How are you doing? Hey. I love Harvey. The last time we came here, I like that there's no gender-specific bathroom, which is awesome because, you just can piss whenever you want. And the last time I was in line, and a boy here cut me in line, and I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm in line. He goes, calm your fucking tits, okay? And I was like, wow, you guys really don't know anything about the female body. Like, I totally don't pee out of my boobs. My tits are very calm right now, actually. No nipples, no nothing. They're pretty relaxed. My bladder is going crazy. I went to the eye doctor today. I was thinking about getting laser eye surgery, trying to work on this, maybe no glasses anymore. And my eye doctor actually told me that I can't do laser eye because my corneas are too thin. And I was like, great, the only part of my body that's too thin. So I really got to figure out how to gain some weight in my eyeballs. And I figure muscle weighs more than fat, so now I just give everybody scrutinizing ass looks. Just like they're like eyeball push-ups. I mean, move it along, just trying to get laser eye surgery, working out my eyeballs, people. Anybody here working 9 to 5? Sweet, yeah, employment, yes. I like working the 9 to 5. I like the lady that brings in the free donuts in the morning, whatever day it is. Evelyn, she brings in donuts. I'm good with her until my 3rd donut, and I'm like, fuck you, Evelyn. Fuck you for bringing these fucking donuts. I've eaten 3 today, it's only 12. But out of the assorted box that she brings, Glazed donuts are my favorite, right boys, glazed. Those are my favorites. I'm trying to be responsible now, so I'm only eating half of the donut, because I'm being responsible with my calorie intake, so only eating half. And the other day, my coworker goes, oh my god, is that glazed? That's my husband's favorite. Can I have the other half of that? And I was like, sure. And then she wrapped it up in a napkin and put it in her purse and said, I'm going to give this to him when I get home from work. I was like, it's 9 a.m. in the morning. This is 79-cent Krispy Kreme donuts that you're taking home for your husband. Actually, it's half of it. It's 39.5 worth of Krispy Kreme donuts. And by the time you get it home, it's 10 hours old. It's depreciated in value. Severely. This is like a 2-cent donut that a hobo pissed on that you're taking home to your husband. Like, I can imagine a situation, he gets home, he's like, what is this, a half donut? Who's half donut? Oh, that's the other half of Shanti's donut. Who's Shanti? Fuck Shanti. I want a whole goddamn donut. This is why I'm not married. I want a whole fucking donut. Don't bring me up half shit wrapped in toilet paper. I can imagine the situation, she gets home from work, she's like, hey baby, I got something for you. He's like, yeah, you got something for me? You got something for me! She's like, here you go. He unwraps the donut, all the sugar crumbles fall off, of course, because that's how glazed donuts work. He stares at this stale donut, he's like, are you breaking up with me? Is that what this donut represents, our stale, crumbling relationship? She leaves him on the couch with a boner and heartburn. It's like the worst way to break up with a guy. Break his heart, then burn it from the inside. One thing I like about the corporate environment, though, is after the holidays, all the ladies at work band together to lose weight. We're going to lose 30 pounds. Christmas 30, we're losing it 2 months. Like, all right, whatever, you know. And they monitor what everybody eats. They'll be like, Shanti, I saw you eat that Reese's peanut butter cup earlier today. Like, I was in the bathroom. Like, can a woman eat her chocolate in peace, goddammit? And I guess one of the girls fucked someone's boyfriend, I don't know, but we don't care about what Jennifer eats anymore, okay, Shanti? I'm like, I don't give a shit what any of you bitches ate from the beginning. I'm just in this for the free kashi bars. And I guess we were walking down the hallway, and Jennifer was eating a snack, and one of the girls goes, yeah, eat those Cheetos, bitch. And I was like, whoa, 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 first of all, I love Cheetos. Cheetos are a delightful, nostalgic treat for me. Puffy, regular, hot, put them on fucking pizza, I don't give a shit, they're all good. How dare you wish evil upon this woman through Cheetos? And she's like, yeah, well, those Cheetos are going to go straight to her ass. And I think that's a horrible, evil wish. I think a lot of people, when they wish evil upon someone, they're like, I hope that bitch gets fat. I hope she gets pregnant. Or I hope she gets fat and pregnant. And I think these are horrible, evil wishes, because if you get pregnant and decide to keep the child, and you eventually love it, you're eventually like, hey, I didn't pull out in time, and now you're here, you little asshole, but we love you! Oh, they're a happy family. Joke's on you. Terrible, evil wish. And weight gain, that just means you're happy. That means either I'm in a new relationship and I'm fucking a lot and eating a lot and fucking a lot and eating a lot, or, you know, it's holiday season, I'm gaining weight, or I'm at a party and there's free pizza and I'm going to eat it because what the fuck do I look like? Hello, I'm going to eat free pizza. You know who's miserable is the guy at the party that's like, you know how many saturated fats are in that pizza? Fuck you, asshole. You don't like free pizza? I don't even want to talk to you, okay? Free pizza. Yeah, right. Pizza fans, down. I think the best thing when you don't like someone, I think the best thing to wish upon them is embarrassment. Because people don't forget that shit. You can all remember your most embarrassing moment. It sticks with you for life. And I think what's the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a person? I think shitting yourself is the most embarrassing thing that could ever happen. And some people are like, no, you know, being naked in public. No, being naked in public and shitting yourself is 10 times worse. And that is what I wish upon people who fuck with me. I don't hope for them to get shot or get in a car accident. No, I hope they shit themselves. And the situation in which you shit yourself upon directly correlates with the level of assholery you have in me. So if you're like a little bit of an asshole, I hope you shit yourself in your car on the way to work. Yeah. Only you know, but you're disgusted with yourself. If you're a little bit more of an asshole, I hope you shit yourself at a wedding. Maybe your wedding. Yeah. Don't fuck with me. If you're a little more of an asshole, I hope you shit yourself at a third interview for a startup company right before they go public. And you're like, why, Shanti? Why the third interview? Because I want them to build hope in the first two. I want them to fucking kill those first two interviews. And they go to third one like, I'm about to get a fucking job, and then they just shit themselves. And then the hiring manager's like, actually, we don't hire people, we shit themselves. I was hit on at the gas station on the way here. Don't be jealous! Gas station boys hitting on you! I feel like that's when I realize I'm a judgmental bitch. Because it's hard when when someone, he was a mess. He was a fucking mess. And I was like, there's just someone that's trying to say you're pretty, maybe that they want to bone you, that's a compliment. And I was like, maybe he's not just a loser that works at the gas station, Maybe he's like a genius. Maybe he's a prodigy artist. Maybe he's a millionaire and he's sick of gold diggers. So he decided to work at a gas station to keep the hose away. And I was like, holy fuck, a millionaire's hitting on me right now. I figured it out. This dude's a millionaire. Figured out the loophole. And he was making this roll your window motion down. So I rolled my window down and he leans in and he goes, I can tell you partake. I was like, partaking what? I could only assume he meant smoking weed because my eyes were squinty as fuck. And my car hella smelled like weed. And he was like, your eyes are squinty as fuck. And he goes, maybe you can come by during my shift sometime and we can partake together. Signaling to smoke a blunt. And I was like, I don't think that's going to work out, man. He's like, why not? I'm like, blunts are flammable. This is a gas station. We might blow up. And then he was like, what? As if he didn't know we could blow up. And I knew he wasn't a genius or a millionaire. And I should have just stuck with the judgmental bitch inside me and kept fucking driving. And leaving me at a gas station. I was cut off on the road recently while I was driving with my mom, and my reaction to this guy was to flip him off. I flipped him off and my mom was like, don't do that, you could have a gun. My mom's Indian, that's kind of I'm Indian power. And I was like, yeah, I told this 86-year-old Vietnamese guy can totally have a gun right now. I won't flip people off. And so earlier this week, I was cut off on the road again, and I swooped beside him, and we started car dancing now. And as I was about to pass him up, I look over, I do not flip him off, I gave him a disappointed head shake. Gave him one of these, just thought you're better than that, man. But you just proved that you're fucking not. And as we're car dancing, I look over, I see him go. I don't know what he's saying, I can't hear him. He's in a totally different car. Windows are rolled up. You don't need to speak English for the license in the state. This could mean you're beautiful in Sweden. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. Hey, it's telling me beautiful in Sweden right here. So as we're car dancing again, I pass him up. I do what anybody would do when you're called beautiful. I smile and wave. Thank you, good sir, for calling me beautiful. As I pass him up again, I now see him pantomiming shooting you with a gun. He's like, fuck, fuck, fuck. Recollection of events, people, he cut me off. I shook my head. He then flipped me off and called me beautiful in Swedish, what the fuck ever. And And then I smiled and waved, and then he fake gunshot me. I feel like I can't even tell my mom this story. My mom would be like, why did you have to smile at him? He could have had a gun. And I'm like, no, Mom, he didn't have a real gun. He did the fake gun thing. People who have real guns don't do the fake gun thing. They just shoot you. He's like, here, here's what's coming, dumbass. Stay right there while I get my real gun. I went pants shopping with my mom recently. Pants are very important how they fit a woman in your buttocks area and your frontal area. You want to make sure it doesn't make any weird creases to make it look like you got shit that's dumb down there. We gotta do a dance and shit. I don't know what you guys do to make sure your dick goes to one side and your balls in. You guys get balls. You guys get like moose and knuckle. I don't know what the fuck dudes get with balls on one side and dick on the other. But ladies gotta watch out for shit like that too. We gotta do a dance, move around. I was with my mom. I'm like, Mom, how are these pants fitting? Are they fitting okay? She goes, what are you talking about? Like camel foot? And I'm like, oh my God, that's massive. That's 5 camel toes, people. Thanks very much. My name's Shanti Churani. You've been awesome.
Shanti, how wonderful. Cheetos on a pizza. Wow. And those girls she works with, I think it's all gay men, from what I'm hearing. All right, that's our first performer, our first comic, and she's very popular. Thank you. One more hand for Shanti. Oh, which is the microphone. Okay, the next comic, I have to use these glasses only because he wrote in very small print. You may know him. I have no guide, no premise for him being here. Has he ever done this before?
Yes.
Okay, good. And is he funny?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll give him a chance. Okay, his name is Justin Lucas. Welcome him.
Give it for Donna one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, that is so funny. Is he funny? Is he hot? Bring him up on stage, Justin Lucas. Yes, wow, this is fantastic. There's a lot of fucking people in here. I didn't realize. Happy birthday, Skye. You are... Yes, happy birthday to Skye. Yeah, it's funny, 24, you guys. For the 40th time? No. I'm just kidding. No. Skye, I love you. This is crazy. I haven't done stand-up for a while, to be honest with you guys. Actually, I took a break for like the last 2 or 3 months just because something happened to me. I discovered Jesus, Christ Superstar auditions at ACT, and I auditioned over there, and I didn't get that part, but I did end up, I don't know, I'm trying to get into acting and stuff, because I want to end up eventually going into entertainment to do like television and film, and I know that there was a community theater downtown that I had auditioned for. My very first audition, I found a general audition online, and in my head I have this impression that there's a lot more, straight type butch roles rather than gay roles. And I walked into this audition like, thank you so much for having me. My name is Justin Lucas. I'm going to be doing several monologues today. The first one I've chosen is from Tennessee Williams, A Streetcar Named Desire.
I was in love once. And the person I loved, I lost. He was a boy, just a boy. And I was a very young girl. I was 16 when I made the discovery, love. I don't know, just this boy though, I didn't quite understand him. There was something different. One day he came to me crying, the way that a lost child cries. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he was crying. And I killed him.
Thank you so much. I was at the game theater rhinoceros. I got the role. shit. Oh my god, I love, I did that bit last week in Palo Alto. Somebody came up to me afterward like, that's creepy, how'd you do that? How'd you do that girly like voice? I used to practice a lot on Party Line. You guys remember the Party Line? Everyone in high school used to do this. You would call this number, and automatically when you'll call it, you'll hear, welcome to Fun Chat, where the fun never ends. Straight men, press 1. Straight women, press 2. So I would always go on that shit with stupid ass straight men, you know, to get off. For sport, prepping you all the time, pretending that I was a woman. Beep! You found a match. Say hello. Hello? 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 Hey. Hey, what's that? My dick. That's cute. You're cute. Yeah, so what are you wearing right now? Are you wearing anything right now? What are you wearing? No, I'm just laying in bed right now, wearing my pajamas right now. Oh, so fucking hot. Yeah, it's hot. Tell me about it. It's a onesie. Well, what are you doing in your onesie? Are you doing anything yourself right now? What are you doing? Well, no, like I told you, I'm just laying in bed right now in my onesie. Kind of, if you really want to know. Playing with my pussy right now. Playing with my pussy. Fuck yeah, let me hear that shit. You want to hear my pussy? Yeah, let me hear it. Okay, let me just put the phone down there real quick then. Are you ready? Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead. Okay. You've been disconnected. Thank you. Oh shit. You guys are my fucking crowd. I did that in Stockton and some lady was like, I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, are you Stockton? This is the bitch you did not get, you guys. I'm just kidding. There's no lesbians in Stockton. None more out. Anyway. Shit, I feel like karaoke in here or something. I'm gonna go to Toad Hall after this. Karaoke. The last time I did karaoke though, I was I think it was at Dover in Japantown. I go with my very Asian group of friends, and the last time that I went, my friend Wendy brought her cousin Raymond, who was visiting from Hong Kong for the very first time in San Francisco. And like I did my song, and then Wendy did her song, and then Raymond chose Careless Whisper. Oh. By George Michael, of all songs, but it was in English and Chinese. And I thought the shit was going to be hilarious, so I just like busted out with myself on recording it, and it was not what I had expected at all. If you guys were there, you guys would have heard. And I'm never gonna dance again. Shush, my heart being away from time. So it's easy to pretend. Need the mama, she's in my heart. Fucking tears rolling down my eyes. It was just absolutely beautiful. It's on my YouTube channel, you guys can check it out. I drove here though. I drive over. Has anybody been watching Looking? Yeah! I like it. It's not that bad, although I don't know, I've heard mixed reviews, but after the very first episode, I feel like, I don't know, that show makes it seem as though you automatically go on like Muni or Bart and you'll get hit on. So I fucking like took Muni one day to go downtown, and sure enough, I got hit on by a woman. that was born a man. So, technically that kind of worked. But I love that show, but I don't know, that was the first time in a long time that I had taken Muni. I drive everywhere that I go in the city. I was in the Mission District though, a while back, parked over there to get some Mexican food, for a predominant Mexican neighborhood. But when I was parked, this guy like bumped into me and left this huge dent. I come outside, I was like, sir, you just hit my car and left this huge dent. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to see your driver's license and insurance papers. And he goes, oh, sorry my friend, but no hablo inglés. And I was like, fuck. Entonces, en este caso, yo necesito ver tu papel de insurance y te licencia de manejar. It's just a good idea to know how to speak Salvadorian in the city, you guys. I went home and told my brother what happened. He was like, oh shit, I hope you and your car are okay. Were you able to file a claim? I was like, oh yeah, I filed a claim. In fact, they were really nice over the phone. He was like, yeah, AAA has one of the best customer services in the nation. I was like, AAA? I filed a claim with INS. Okay? You guys have to know how to handle these situations. These are jokes, you guys have to get to I did not call the INS for the record, okay, you guys? I emailed them. I have limited minutes on my Go phone. I don't know, I like doing different voices in my act, and a couple summers ago I was working at a Christian youth camp for kids. They gave me a chance. I like working with kids, but they hired me to like lead games with these like 6 and 7-year-olds, but for every game that I led, I had to incorporate something biblical or religious in context. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. One day I was totally improv, I was just like,
alright, boys and girls, today we're playing Elmo says. Elmo says, touch your head. Good. Now Elmo says, touch your nose. Good. Now touch your shoulder. Uh-oh, Elmo didn't say.
Now you must walk through the desert for 40 days.
Star for life.
Then I got promoted to camp director after that.
That was 15 years of therapy.
Oh shit. Oh my god, I was actually, what else can I talk to you guys about? I don't know, there's a rumor I guess going around that Britney Spears may open her thing in Las Vegas to do a show over there, and then like another rumor that it didn't cancel because not enough ticket sales are going on. And I saw Britney Spears, oh god, it was like years ago, at HP Pavilion in San Jose. And, okay, if you guys ever see her live, she sounds like, I don't know, like a fucking baby combined with like that ghost from the Japanese horror film The Grudge. You know? I never watched her live. When I saw her at HP Pavilion, she was just like,
All you people look at me like I'm a little girl, but you I was gonna be okay, step into this world. Possible but logical, what the hell can?
and then you die. So I hope that she opens her tour in Las Vegas or whatever. Oh shit, I gotta get off the stage soon, you guys. I know, let me leave you with it. No, you guys have been fabulous, but there's always, I don't know, there's always that one fucker who does not get me at all. No. Kidding, I'm kidding, I love you. I don't know, I was doing this comedy, I think it was in Stockton. You're not from Stockton, are you? Are you all really? Alright, well then it was in San Leandro. It was a local comedy competition, and I got placed, I don't know, it was second or third, it was really good, and I don't know, just before going on stage though, I was using the restroom, and this guy walked into the restroom with his buddy, and he goes, oh, the next comedian going up is hilarious, it's Justin Lucas. He does voices, he sings, he uses props. And then his friend goes, oh, yeah, but I heard he's a huge fag.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fucking busted out of that stall like, excuse me! But I am not a prop comic. threw my dildo at his ass. Thank you guys so much. My name is Justin Lucas. Give it up for your host, Donna Sachet.
That's Justin, and he is funny and kind of scary too. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight, I think. But thank you, Justin, for being out here. Our next comic is it's really proof that as a drag queen, I always say people should do drag and do it like seriously, really put a lot into it. At Halloween, it's amateur night, and I'm not sure all of you have done it once or twice, but leave it to professionals, as we're doing tonight for the comedians. I mean, if you do comedy, that's what we should have here up on the stage. So the next one is in. No, it's not. Oh, here's somebody who's never done it before. There's still time to exit. We're not going to let him off the hook. This is our friend Skye. It's his birthday. This is his annual celebration. It starts in January, ends in December. And that's the we part of it. And, you know, it's funny. Most people want other people to entertain them on their birthday. He is going to entertain you. So that's a giver. You may not want what he takes, but no, you'll love it. Let's bring on Skye. Happy birthday.
Oh, shit. Alright, so those of you that know me, I think that's this half of the room over here. I'm over there. Well, I am a flight attendant, so when I'm not getting shit-faced with this group over here, I am doing something that pays the bills. So I figured I'd share something tonight with what I do with the rest of my life when I'm not here in the Castro. One of the things is, we'll just start with the beginning. And when people are ordering their drinks on the plane, I always find it funny. I'll go and like, would you like anything to drink? And they're like, oh, just water. Like they're doing me a favor or something, ordering just water. It takes me just as long to pour a Coke, a Diet Coke, a Sprite. Hell, make a fucking mixed drink, but no, just water. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for doing me that favor. I appreciate that. I really do. The other thing is a question I get asked all the time will be like up at cruise and service is done and people will be like, oh, excuse me, what is that mountain we're flying over right over there? And I'm like, in my head I'm like, fuck if I know. But I'm like, oh, that's the Dilligaf Mountain, or what is that river? Oh, that's the Dilligaf River. And they're like, oh, I love that Dilligaf River. And I walk away, and little do they know that Dilligaf to me stands like, do I look like I give a fuck? Like, they just go with it. They're just like, yeah, that's what it is. I saw the Dilligaf River when I was on a plane last night. That was really cool. The other thing that's always funny to me is when we go through to collect trash, it's always humorous because for the people that are assholes, this is my chance to kind of get back at them. And I'll be walking through with the trash bag, and I just get to go, your trash, 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 your child's trash, your trash, your trash. And they all just like throw it right in. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh no, it wasn't a question, your trash. And so now, a couple things. I get a chance to take photos of passengers sometimes, and I just want to let you guys all see some of the things I have to deal with on board the aircraft and describe them to you. So if you want to take a look at either that monitor or that monitor out there, this woman, I have no clue. She wanted to make sure she didn't get dehydrated in her face, so she did a facial mask during the flight. Next. Okay, this is one of my favorites. I call this Pink Berry Cubed. It's a pink berry eating a pink berry showing her pink berry. That's my own personal thing. Oh, look at this gem. She's gorgeous. My mom, when I posted this to my mom, she was like, Skye, just be glad she's not facing the opposite direction. Because that is the skirt she's wearing. Next one. Oh, yeah. So, I don't even know where to start. If you can see, there's medical bottles on the seat. She asked for the whole can, 2 cups of ice. She's got a cast on, her shoes off. She's sitting on the floor. That is the floor of the aircraft. And people are like, why didn't you tell her to get back in her seat? I'm like, well, the seatbelt sign was off. I couldn't really do anything about it. I don't even care at that point. That's when I put on my Helen Keller, what I do, I call it a Helen Keller walkthrough, where I don't hear or see anything. I just go through, yeah, it's all good. Okay. Next one. Okay. I know. It's a lot of overweight people. Well, I just have an issue, but whatever. This is a family. There's the dad, the mom in the middle, and the son in the window. And it's like, when you can use your son's arm as a neck pillow, it's time to put down the chicken wing. Like, just so kind of like, last one, put it away. Next picture. Okay, this is the last one. So, any of you have used Travelocity? Anybody? Yeah, well, if you ever wondered who the Travelocity gnome flies on, it's my airline. She's right there in the window. Travel. So to finish up, that's all. I think that's all the pictures. Is there any other? Oh wait, no, there's another one. There's a good one. Yes, my favorite. Look at her. And if you notice, she's holding a beer can in her hand and passed out in the fucking aisle that I'm supposed to go. And I'm skinny. That's fine. I can fit by her. But like all the other flight attendants are like, what the fuck is happening to your passengers up front? I'm like, I like to drink. She likes to drink. Whatever. But also, I don't know if you can see this little lady in the seat right behind her, with all you see is her eyes. She's like looking at me like, please do something about this one. And I'm just like, oh, she's fine. She's sleeping, give her a minute. Oh, and finally, yes, didn't want to set off the metal detector in Fort Lauderdale, so she just wore her bathing suit from the beach and went right off through security. But she did set it off, that's for sure. I think that's it, yeah. I lost track because I wasn't sure what order those were going to go through. But I want to finish out real quick with doing my emergency demo that I do when I'm on board the aircraft. This is actually what I say to the passengers once they're all seated and we close the door. Please join if I can have your attention for just a couple minutes. We're going to point out some safety features, or at least pretend to get us your attention. That's fine too. This is a Boeing 737-700 series. In case you haven't been in a car since 1965, we have seat belts. This is how they work. They're very complicated. Slide the flat end into the buckle to release lift up on the buckle. Seat belts should be worn the same way Paris Hilton wears her pants, tight and low across your hips, and at all times while seated. The aircraft, if you don't like our service, tonight we have 6 emergency exits. There's 2 up front, 2 over the wing, and 2 rear exit doors. Signs overhead, little lights on the floor will lead to those exits. This is a safety information card. It's also known as a United Colors of Benetton ad because I got the Asians, the blacks, the whites, everybody, they're doing something, or jumping, or sliding, or pulling a window out. It's really very correct. It's politically correct. It's very nice. This is a safety information card, and they've been to a water evacuation. We do have life jackets. They're similar to yellow toilet seat covers. You place them over your head, wrap a back strap around your waist, buckle it in front, pull it tight. Once you're inside the aircraft, you can inflate the vest by pulling down the red tab, or if you're an overachiever, blow in a tube at your shoulder. That'll also inflate the vest. Once you get to the side of the pool, or river, or case, or whatever it may be, you can keep those compliments of the airline. Take a call, tell a friend, tell a story, go on Ellen, whatever you want to do. Also, we have 2 lavatories on board the aircraft, one up front, one in the back. You can't form a line, stand, congregate, or wait near the forward lavatory. You can see it's being used and you have a little X between the green stick figures on the roof. Doesn't mean they broke up, it just means 2 people are in the lavatory. It's really cheap when you use one on the back. Also, no smoking, no whining, no complaining on this flight, including in the lavatories. It is a $2,000 fine, and we figured want to pay $2,000 to fly from San Francisco to Las Vegas. You would have flown United. Allegedly, don't quote me on that price because I haven't paid for airline tickets in a long time. Finally, we have an oxygen system. We never anticipated change of cabin pressure. If we did, we wouldn't have come to work today, but should want to wearing a little oxygen mask, you're going to fall from above your head. After you finish screaming and let go of your neighbor, pull down on the mask. That activates the flow of oxygen. So put it over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. If you don't breathe normally, breathe how you normally breathe when you're normally breathing. Although the bag may not inflate, you are receiving oxygen. Continue wearing the mask, so otherwise notified by a uniformed crew member. Travel with small children, husbands, politicians, or anybody else needs special assistance. Please put your mask on first before assisting them with theirs. And if you're traveling with more than one child, choose your favorite or the one with most potential and work your way down in order to work. That's it for the do's and don'ts. So everybody sit back, relax, or sit up and look tight. Enjoy the flight. We are going to turn out the cabin lights. If you require an additional reading light, there's a button above your head with an excited light bulb. The flight attendant call light will not turn on the flight attendant, so please don't push that one. Again, thank you for joining us here, and enjoy the flight. real quick, this is a joke. I just want to thank all the comedians tonight. I want to thank Harvey's for being amazing the last 9 years. I want to thank Ronn Vigh for being an amazing friend and pushing me up here and letting me do this. I want to thank Donna Sachet for hosting this. I love her. And I want to thank all of my fabulous friends for being here because you guys are like everything to me. I really appreciate it. Love you guys.
Let's hear for Skye as the new career. Oh my God. You really can tell. And you know, later when people ask me, now who was the best comic tonight? I think I'll say, Skye Dillyfack. I think it's the best. Remember that word. Okay. The show continues, and it is his birthday today, so we'll be wishing him happy birthday towards the end of the show. You attracted quite a crowd. Look out the window. Are they still there? And now we're going to bring on the host, the one that is here for 9 years now. I congratulate him on keeping the show going, keeping the cast all laughing. Let's give it up for Ronn Vigh.
Keep it going, everybody. One more time for me. Let me know. All right, and you guys and Skye, you did well. You really did. Wow. You were challenging. Like, you're going to be hard to follow, which means you're never going to do comedy on the stage again. I don't like competition, right? And all the gay guys are coming out. Look how many gay men are in here tonight. It's crazy. Right now, at Grindr headquarters, they're like, shit, is there a blackout in San Francisco? Why ain't nobody on this right now? It is amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming out for comedy, and this is so much fun, and I love flying. I, too, used to be a flight attendant, so you know, I did that to keep stereotypes alive. And it was a lot of fun. And since when, like, I actually worked for a nice airline, Continental, 10 years ago. But now flying sucks. I'm like, since when did Southwest become the Ritz-Carlton of the sky, right? It's kind of like, it's like really odd, right? I took Southwest, I think, to Reno the other day. We only made 48 stops. It was great. It was fine. Oh, fuck you, Skye. Whatever. It is true. And now that you're here, there's a lot of the airlines, like, I think it's EasyJet or something, they want to start doing porn on the airplane. Yeah, they want to start doing porn. People are like, no, that's a bad idea to, like, sell porn. I'm like, why not? Make extra money, plus the tray tables are already sticky. So, why wouldn't you do that? And then, by the way, I think I do like flying Southwest the most now. I hate flying Virgin America. I fucking hate flying ever since they stopped serving ecstasy tabs at the door. It just really pissed me off. I mean, you go on Virgin America, the thing's got the mood lighting, they got 42-pound stewards named like Leo and Colby, and it's lit up and sounding like a fucking Ibiza lounge in there, right? Like, the best you can do when I get to the bathroom, you can fucking give me a mirror with Coke on it, right? Like, that's the best, right? But no, so I'm stuck flying Southwest, which was nice. The other day they ran out of seats and they just put me in the overhead bin. But that's fine. When you're a flight attendant, though, you go hang out with a lot of macho male pilots a lot of time. And I worked for a crappy airline, so it was just me and the pilots. And they took me to a lot of strip clubs, right? And we went to a few of them. One of them, you know, the strip clubs, we went to one called T&A's, and I didn't know what to do. It was the first time I was ever there. And they said, here's $20, bring this up to the person you want to dance for you. So I brought it up front to the bouncer. And he wasn't amused. So then, you know, Carolee comes over and she's like, what? You don't like my moves? You're not looking at me. You don't like my breasts? I'm like, no. But I really like those shoes, girl. Those are fierce. Are those Steve Madden? So here's what happens though. No matter how gay you are, you can't touch the strippers. And I learned this the hard way, right? Because Carolee came over and I was drunk on 5 Bud Lights that cost $10 each. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to pat her on the ass. So Carolee came by, I patted her on the ass. All of a sudden, she pushed me away and dramatically flailed to the ground. The bouncer came in and started punching me and choking me. And I was like, shit, things are finally getting good around here. So that was my experience being a flight attendant, right? I don't know how Skye does it. How, like, I was falling asleep in my, like, jump seat. I didn't give a fuck about those people, right? But he's out partying all night. He tries to be healthy. He did my yoga class once. He did so good. He looked like a little wounded deer trying to do, like, downward dog. But the only thing is, when he started sweating, I was like, are we doing yoga inside an absolute grapefruit bottle? It smelled like a fucking distillery in there. It wasn't right whatsoever. But there's more news besides Skye. Like Shirley Temple died today, right? I know, and when I heard the news, I went, oh. I thought Shirley Temple died like 40 years ago. I had no fucking clue, right? And everybody's putting on Facebook and everything, oh, how sad, how unfortunate. I'm like, she's 85 fucking years old. It wasn't like she was sick. She was bound to die soon, right? It makes no sense, right? Like, it wasn't, whatever. And then somebody said, but she left behind a legacy. And I'm like, I know, like her movies and everything. And they're like, no, she had a drink named after her. I'm like, it was non-alcoholic. It doesn't fucking count, okay? We don't serve that shit in the Castro, right? But Shirley, what? But I was like, oh, did any other celebrity ever have a drink named after them? I thought, what would be good ones? I'm like, Lindsay Lohan should have a drink named after her. And I'm like, oh wait, she already does, Diet Coke. And thank you. Just because I'm not Skye, you can still laugh. It's okay, alright? I'm not little Filipino singing Careless Whisper that you all want to live out your top fantasies with later. Fuck you, okay? I know I've already slept with half the room and we had a mediocre time, so just fucking laugh. But I need this job. I'm 34 and this is what I'm doing, playing Anne Frank's Rec Room every night. Great. I had a day job. For those of you not getting the joke, I'll just assume you're from the East Bay. Now, I wish Bart was still on strike. Now, anyhow, I need this job because I was a flight attendant, I was a yoga teacher, right? I don't do yoga because I like the people I do to balance out my hatred for everyone. And I had a 9 to 5, 2 days in my whole life. I led a 9 to 5 job. And you know why I got fired? It turns out I grossly misunderstood the term Casual Friday. Yeah, apparently Casual Friday doesn't mean you can show up drunk with cum in your ear. Who knew? I mean, at Harvey's, they do it all the time. They shoot porn behind the bar. Right? There's at least an ounce of semen in each and every one of your cocktails. That's what the special sauce is on your burger. That's what it is. It's disgusting. It's fine. I liked it. Before I came here tonight, like I said, I was on Facebook, and I'm sick and tired of fucking Facebook, right? I only go on there to play Candy Crush. And that's it. But then when I was on there, I wished somebody a happy birthday because Facebook told me to, right? And you know what happened? I typed in happy birthday, and up popped a little screen that said, do you want to send this person a $10 birthday gift card to Starbucks? Right? I was like, fuck no! I don't give a shit about that person. That's why I'm wishing them a happy birthday on fucking Facebook. Right? If I cared about them, I'd let them do 5 minutes on my comedy show. And then never again. That was kind of a caring thing there. Did you see what I did? Marcus is upset. He didn't know Candy Crush was actually a game. No. He thought it was a little sex act where you put Viking in his boyfriend's asshole and then he eats it out and he pulls out playing Candy Crush.
I was so close to getting it out clean. So close.
And you know what? You hate to see what it looks like when they play Farmville. It is disgusting. But
I hate you.
Groundhog, yeah, fuck you. Well, we had a good time. The Grammys happened, football happened, Groundhog Day happened, right? Last week, right? I know. On Groundhog Day, Chris Christie saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of traffic in New Jersey. But anyway, whatever. Okay, fuck you, Candy Crush, Marcus. That's what they like. Well, the point we were trying to get is that February is chock full of holidays, and one of them coming up is Valentine's Day, right? Now, are you guys going to celebrate Valentine's Day?
Why not?
One of you, right? That's it? Nobody you really are going to celebrate Valentine's Day, get sloppy drunk? Well, here's the deal. I'm kind of a poet, and I love Valentine's Day. I kind of like the romance of it all, and I thought, you know what? I'd write some Valentines for people, because not everybody is as poetic. So I wrote some Valentines for the holiday. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah!
Well, the first one I wrote for lesbians. Because sometimes lesbians, you know, they're a little, you know, they get caught up at the Home Depot, and they have, this one is for a lesbian that is currently with somebody, well, of course she is, and but she has her eyes on someone else. So this is a Valentine, yeah, I know. I remember the first time we locked eyes playing pool at the bar. I really want to have sex with you, but it's so hard to scissor in a smart car. And that is for the cheating lesbian, everybody. And this is for the lesbian who's very happy in her relationship, an older lesbian, very happy. Your voice is too gruff, your hands are too tough, but I can't get enough of your face in my muff. Okay, this one, we're in a Castro, there's always some freeloading homo, right? That you love him, but you like tell them they can move in, or like they can hang out with you, and you wind up buying them everything, and they never get a fucking job, and they just bang other guys, right? So this one is for that freeloader. It's a Valentine from them to you, to really show that they appreciate it. Ever since I met you, I knew it was meant to be. I enjoy your company, but mostly staying with you rent-free. Oh, this is one that pertains to me and my relationship.
Oh, goodness gracious.
My penis is turning red, my balls are turning blue. If you don't put out soon, we're gonna be through. As you guys know, we don't have any sex, but that's fine. When we do have sex, I'm a top because he's Asian, and that's just the way it goes. I met him at Badlands. Anyway, no, I didn't meet him at Badlands. He sold me an orange. Anyhow, there are benefits to dating an Asian guy. People tell me, you know, if you were straight, would you date an Asian girl? I'm like, I kind of already am. And it feels good to be the masculine one in a relationship. It really does. And I would motorboat. I would like a girl to motorboat sometime because I only motorboated an Asian girl once, broke my nose. Anyhow. I do enjoy dating an Asian guy. You save money dating an Asian guy. We just use the abacus as our sex toy. Anyhow. Oh. Well, that got uncomfortable. Only 2 of you are Asian, right? And we'll still fuck you after the show. Okay, back to Valentine. Let's see if this one works. This is a Valentine for the leader of Russia. I'm the leader of Russia, and I preach hating gay men, unless I have too much vodka, and then I become Vladimir Putin. You think that's funny? You should hear it in Russian. And I got one more for you guys. One more. This is general. This is for everyone here in this room. You hit me up on Grindr and sent 10 pics of your cock. Then you finally showed me your face, and I immediately hit block. I'm keeping it short tonight. We have a funny headliner coming up for you. Happy birthday, Skye. Thanks for coming out, everyone. We get shit-faced and he throws up in Zero Express. Donna Sachet, everyone.
Hilarious, Ronn. Let's hear for Ronn Vigh. Bringing comedy to the Castro for 9 years. I sense a little bitterness in there, Ronn. I just want to say that, point that out. But no, he's been doing it for all that time, and that's a long time for a show at the Castro. I mean, there were drag shows that lasted 2 or 3 years, some 2 or 3 nights. But the Castro, it's a big appetite for shows and everything. So now we have a headliner coming up, and I have introduced a lot of people in my life. I've lit the Christmas tree the holiday tree, in City Hall Rotunda for the last 8 years, and it's always attended by the Japanese Consul General to the United States. We'll talk about getting the name pronounced right before you do it. Always very difficult. But I asked the person to say the name to me, so I pronounce it correctly. So this next person, this is not, I'm sure it's correct. Welcome, Yanni Ababa.
All right, one more time for that motion to the motion. And give it up for Skye's debut. That was genius. So good. So good. Give it up for yourselves, drinking alcohol if you're drinking alcohol.
Amen, sister.
Drink some alcohol, bitches. Drink up. Alcohol is a wonderful thing. It is. It gives you the courage to do the stupidest shit ever.
You would just hear.
And the humility to wish you were dead the next day. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've woken up with signatures all over my breast. I have no idea how they got there. But then when I go to the corner store, Muhammad's like, "You want for me to sign again? I have Shakti." So the moral of that story is I don't drink Fernet anymore. I also call it Fernet about it. I also call it, "What's your name again and where are my panties?"
They ever hit you?
I actually just decided in New Year's I'm not going to drink alcohol anymore.
Good job.
Um,
Be shy about it.
Fernet had a lot to do with it. Panties are expensive. But I also have a friend who is like, she's one of those girls whose entire life is getting fucked up and hooking up with random guys. Do we know, does anyone have friends like that? Yeah. Oh my God. But the thing is, like, she's really fucking ugly. This is a horrible thing for me to say about another woman. She looks like the love child of Snooki and Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
If their child was really into rockabilly. She's one of those. Why is it that rockabilly girls have no necks? They're just like, I don't care. I'm going to be a fat ass bitch. I'm going to hang my fupa in my super tight dress and not give a fuck. I don't understand it. She's one of those people, right? And I just feel sad for the guys that she sleeps with because she's like a predator. We're at the bar and she's drinking her PBR and playing her social distortion, and she just looks for the guy who's cross-eyed. He's that fucked up, and then she just goes in for the kill. Right? And she used to live across the street from me, so I would see them coming out with like just one arm. I'll let that sink in for a
second. Oh, like you haven't done it.
And I was like, I could be her. I could be a Xanax popping, fupa sporting, predatory Snooki the Hutt. I have to stop drinking.
No.
I know Marcus doesn't want me to stop drinking, but
No. Fernet.
So you guys can just all drink for me. Marcus will buy you Fernet. He'll sign your tickets for
I'll
it.
buy you Fernet.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So Justin was talking about that show Looking. Who's seen the show? I fucking hate that show. I hate that fucking show. I am born and raised in San Francisco. I know gay men. I am not a fag hag. I am a fruit fly. Let's just make that distinction. And those are the most boring gay men ever. It's obvious that a straight hipster who works in tech is writing for that fucking show. I knew I hated the show at the opening scene where he's hooking up in the park, in the cruising park near the windmill with some random guy.
That's not.
First of all, I grew up in the Haight, so I used to walk my dog at Buena Vista Park every day, and I see men cruising each other in that park every day, and nobody that good looking is cruising in the fucking park. You know who cruises in the park? Creepy men with that weird crater face and their pot bellies who've been wearing the same fucking 501 since they were 20 and no one's told them they're 70 now. That's who cruises in the fucking park. That's who we should have gotten a hand job from at the beginning of the show. It's ridiculous.
But this is sweet.
Ridiculous. I will not be looking anymore. They're so boring. I have so many interesting gay male friends. Why don't they give them a show? They give the guy who gets on the Google bus a show. That guy? No. I was excited because it was the guy from Glee, but then no. There's no joke here. I'm just really pissed off as a native San Franciscan. I am pissed off. I would much rather have
I don't take
San
any party.
Francisco.
There's a problem.
I want one of those. I would much rather watch those San Francisco shows that piss me off. Like what was that one? Trauma, and then there was another one where the guy like has an accident on his skateboard in Potrero Hill, but it takes them 10 minutes to get him to SF General that is 3 blocks away, and somehow they make a left and they're going down Gough Street. How the fuck do you do that? Hi NBC, people in San Francisco watch TV too. I don't understand that. You're like, oh look, they're on Gough Street. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
They just... They're in Potrero Hill. Oh, that's really cute how they erased the projects from Potrero Hill. I like that.
Yeah.
Because if you really want to have a cop show in San Francisco, all you have to do is hang out on Rhode Island and 25th. I used to live over there. I used to live over there, yeah, every day. It's high-speed chase. Or some dude with those funky-ass bleached end dreads and a sag running down a hill and a fat 50-year-old cop who can't seem to catch up with the dude whose pants is around his ankles. That's my kind of TV. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I am a native San Franciscan. I was born and raised here in San Francisco. And whenever I travel to glamorous places all over the world, like Mississippi, Alabama, Modesto, because I'm famous bitches, they always ask me the question at my shows. It's always some fat fuck with like a kill 'em all, let God sort 'em out shirt, right? And a don't tread on me hat, right? Mike Huckabee in 2016 pin, that fucker comes up to me. I'm gonna talk to the colored girl when she gets off stage. Should I ask her about Obamacare? Should I ask her about how you got here from Kenya? Oh, she's from San Francisco? I know what I'll ask her. You from San Francisco? Are you queer? I don't know how you can be around all them gay men. It just ain't natural. It ain't natural. Them gay men, you don't like touching each other. Kissing each other in them ways. I hope they come to my teabagging party. Grew up in the Haight-Ashbury, like I said, and I had to leave the Haight-Ashbury because I just couldn't take the fucking hippies anymore. I was tired of walking past the corner of Haight-Ashbury and being stopped by that guy with like the white boy dreads that look like freeze-dried manure, you know who I'm talking about? Because white people, when you grow dreads, it doesn't look edgy or alternative or like you like the band Korn. It looks like you have poop head. Get a white tooth comb and some conditioner, work that shit out. I'm not going to see it. They're always stopping me. Sister, can you spare some change? Brother, can you get out of my face? What's with the hostility, sister? You smell like ass, patchouli, and stale bong water. Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you get on your iPhone, call your parents, tell them you're getting in your Subaru and you're driving back to Marin and you're fucking sorry, okay?
Amen!
Matter of fact, when you get to Marin, tell your parents, I need spare change. I have to pay rent in San Francisco. I couldn't take it anymore. The hate was making me angry. It was making me bitter. It was making me violent. So I had to get away from the anger and the violence, right? So I moved to Oakland. Plus, I'm black. I'm pretty sure it's the law. Mark Zuckerberg was like, banish them all to Oakland. Black people don't code, send them over there. Right.
My best coder.
Then I moved back to San Francisco because I miss passive aggressive racism, and yeah. And I thought I was gonna miss hood rats on the back of AC Transit, but I moved to the tender knob.
Oh.
Yeah. So I ride the 19 all the time, right?
Sorry.
And it's like hood rat central on the 19, and I just, as a black woman to other black women, I just want them to stop doing this shit on the bus with their cell phones.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Damn, bitch, shit, hello. Hold on, this bitch hung up.
Hello?
And I feel like a freak because my phone rings and I do this. Hey mom, what are you doing? I am on my way to yoga. And I'm gonna go to Whole Foods. Yeah, I can get you some composting bags. No, that is not a banshee. That is a hood rat trying to wake the dead in China. Can I call you back? My ears are bleeding. I'm sure you guys are wondering what my accent is. It is private school. I am black. I am Ethiopian. Hence the name Yaini Ababa. And my weight problem. Apparently my metabolism is only meant to handle a cup of water and a handful of lentils. I don't know much about being black. They don't teach you that at French American International School, so I've been trying to figure out, like, what does it mean to be black in America, right? And CNN made it easy for me. They made a show called Black in America. Apparently some really fucked up shit happened to us, but now we have Obama and Oprah, so everything's okay. So weird. Like, ever since Obama became president, CNN and MSNBC are obsessed with the black condition in America. They're always trying to figure out what's going on with the black person. Anytime anything happens to a black person, they gotta bring out their black spurt, right? You guys know the black spurt? Right? You're watching the news and they're like, something happened to this black guy. Let's bring out the black spurt to talk about what happened to this black guy and the impact on African American culture. Let's bring out the black spurt. And the black spurt comes out and he's like, I'm the black spurt. I'm the black guy with the PhD in black guys. I know everything there is to know about black guys. And on MSNBC, it's Reverend Al Sharpton. He is the black spurt.
Goodness
And
gracious.
that man will speak up for anything black. He will speak up for a black sweater on sale at Old Navy. But he didn't always speak up for Obama until the last election. I think it's because he wanted to be the first black president. But someone should tell him, when you look like Big Slick Willie, the neighborhood pimp, no one's voting for you for president. Get your press fixed, sir. 2014, let's do it. I just wish he could pronounce a word. Do you ever watch a show, Politics Nation? There's a fucking teleprompter in front of you. It's not con-science, it's conscience. Am I the only one who geeks out on MSNBC? I guess I am. I'm like slowly morphing into a crazy old lady, right? I'm realizing I'm getting older because I leave MSNBC on at my house all day while I'm doing shit. I'm one of those people, and then I stop and yell at the TV when they have a Republican Congressperson on. But that's a lie, you lying fucking Tea Party, fuck! I have become that person. So I feel like I should just embrace, like, the fact that I'm getting old, like, you know, I'm old. When I'm in the store and I hear my favorite song, I should do this. That's my jam! Right? Isn't that what old black women do? Oh, I used to do something to this back in the day, girl. That's my jam. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods at their busiest time. I'm gonna not have my wallet out when he tells me the total. I'm gonna look confused, right? And go, I'm sorry, how much is it again? $27.14. 27, okay, hold on. Wait, how much did you say it was? I'm just trying to, do I want to use my debit card or, hold on. It's not swiping. You have to put the magnetic strip on the other side. Oh, okay. But this way, is this how, you know what, I'm just going to pay cash. Do you take pennies? Please do that. Is that what happens when you get old? You're just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. I know I'm holding you all up. I'm fucking retired. I have no place to go. I'm going to pay in $27 worth of pennies. This is all I have now, people. Right? Because old people don't give a fuck. They start wearing sensible shoes. Women stop plucking the hair in their chin.
Hey!
I have an issue with old lesbians, though, because they really don't give a fuck.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I've seen too many 55-year-old lesbian women who just like rolls and rolls in a t-shirt with stains, with a picture of their cat, and that one whisker that just won't stop growing out of their chin. Now are you wondering why you're single, ma'am? I'm talking about my aunt. My aunt, the other day, was wearing Birkenstocks, orange tube socks, sweatpants that were not capri sweatpants, but they were on her. And a sweatshirt I gave her for Christmas when she was 8. I was 8, I'm sorry. I'm that upset about her outfit, I don't even know what year it is anymore. And she was complaining to me about how she's not meeting any nice women, and I went, really? That's surprising. Did you want me to shave your chin before we put your profile on our cake? My dad came to this country in 1965, right? He's been in America longer than he was in Ethiopia. And he still acts like he just got off the boat from under a rock, under a hut in a remote village in Ethiopia. I sent him a text message. He acted like I sent him a bomb. He called me. Aini, what did you do to my phone? What did I do to your phone? Yes, what did you do to my phone? Oh, I sent you a text message. What is text message? It's like a little note that you send instead of a voicemail. What did it say? It said, I hope you have a really good golf game and I love you. Why would you do that? Why would you send me that? Why couldn't you just pick up the phone and call me and tell me what you had to say? Because it was 3 in the morning and I'd had a bottle of Fernet. That's why. But recently he went to an AT&T store and someone sold him an iPhone, so I go over to my parents' house and my dad's like, I look what I have the iPhone, you know the iPhone? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I have an iPhone. Do you know what you can do with the iPhone? You can send a text. Do you know the text? And my dad said, I do know the text because when I sent you one, you reported me to the Department of Homeland Security. My mom let my dad, yeah, that's the kind of relationship they've had for 45 years. My mom let my dad get a brand new car.
Oh.
And he got every possible option on this car.
No.
So he gets the car, it's like the Ford Fusion hybrid with like everything, including the sync system that you talk to. Right? So he calls me from his car and he's like, I'm outside of your house and I'm calling you from my car. You want to go somewhere? I'm not stupid. Yeah, I want to go somewhere. I want to go to Target because you're going to pay for everything. So I'm like, I'll be right out. I come out with like a whole bunch of empty shopping bags. I'm like, you want to go to Target? Do you need anything from Target? And he's like, let's call your mom. I think so. Let's go. Let's tell the car where we are going, okay? And I'm like, okay. And he's like, what is the address of Target? I'm like, I think it's 1001 Gary? And he was like, okay, let's step the car. He goes, car. He calls it car. Car. I want to go to 1001 Gary. And the car does not recognize where he wants to go. I'm like, Dad, just tell it you want to go to Target. It'll find Target. But shut up! It's my car! Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I do not recognize that address. One more time. Hold on. Maybe I have to be closer to the glass.
No.
I want to, and he's right up against it. I want to go to 101 Gary. Daddy, I think you have to say 0. Shut up, I have a master's in English, Chinese. And then I realized it's Ford. Ford is fucking racist. They are not recognizing the different cultures in this country that want to drive their car. I mean, what's going to happen if a Vietnamese person gets in that car? Where would you like to go? I want to go to... I want to go to...
Fucked up.
I want to go
It's
to...
true, but it's fucked up.
Danny,
I don't care how true it is.
Racist. Ford is racist. Is what I'm saying. Here, I'm gonna wrap it up with. I've been single for like 3 years now, and I didn't really realize it. I was talking to someone, and they're like, "Are you dating anyone?" I'm like, "No, I'm single." And then I went, "Oh shit, I'm single." Like, I didn't even realize it. I've been so caught up in other shit. But also, I think it's the quality of men that approach me. Like, day laborers really like me. And crackheads. And I am just amazed at the audacity of the crackheads. Because they'll come up to me and be like, hey, how you doing? And start talking to me. And I'm like, oh. And I don't know why I'm so nice to them. I'm like, oh, I'm fine, how are you? Because I don't want to seem like a total elitist snob, right? Just a little bit of an elitist snob. And so I'm like, oh, I'm fine, how are you? And I just keep walking, and then all of a sudden they're walking with me, and they're like, hey, so can I get your number? I'm like, no. Why not? You only like white boys? No. Oh, you a lesbian? No. Oh, you ain't gonna give me your number? What, you don't like your own people? I'm like, no, you smoke crack! Does there need to be another reason? Let me give you another one. You're covered in your own urine. Oh wait, here's one more. You smoke crack.
How do we get to 100?
There's no joke there. It's just a fact. Just a fact, sir.
You owe me a couple drinks.
Any requests, Ron, before I go? My new pet?
No, I like your new pet.
My new pet is a fucking divo. I used to have a dog who was German Shepherd and Wolf, right? Very smart dog. He had a problem with lifting his leg. He couldn't figure out how to lift his leg. So whenever he lifted his leg to pee, he would like pee all over his front leg. And I'm in the park with my friend and my dog, and my friend's like, oh my god, Yummy, dogs do take on the first, your dog's peeing. I just fucked the joke up. I'll try it again. Your dog's peeing all over himself. Like, yeah, dogs do take on the personalities of their owners. But you don't have to give him Fernet to get him to do it. It's amazing, like, people are not cool with each other at all. Like, you could be getting stabbed at the BART station, people will, like, laugh and film it and put it on YouTube, but they won't help you, right? I had a woman attack me at a bus stop. And, she was yelling at me on the bus, I yelled back. We got off the bus, she was really fat, right? And she kept swinging at me. And I was like, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm not gonna fight you. And she kept swinging at me and missing, but with every swing, she was like, oh. And I'm like, that's really, I was such a bitch. I was like, that's really fat, you're so fucking fat that you get winded when you swing your arms. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not, it wouldn't be fair. I'm not gonna fight you. So I go to the next bus stop and I'm standing there and she comes out of nowhere and digs her nail into my forehead, at which point I give a crackhead my purse. And I go, hold my shit, and then I go, now bitch, I'm about to fuck you up, right? And the crackhead stood there holding my purse. He didn't go anywhere. But every single hipster at that bus stop, instead of helping, pulled out their phone and filmed it.
Oh, bitch!
I jumped on that bitch. I used her body weight against her to knock her to the ground and punched her in the head while pulling her weave. Nobody stopped me. They just filmed it.
Oh.
The cop pulled me off. And it turned out to be a cop that I knew. But, like, nobody helps when you're in trouble, but if your dog runs out into traffic, everybody will stop what they're doing to help your dog. It doesn't matter who they are. They could be, like, tour guides, junkies, Klansmen. Here, nigger, hold my hood. I'm gonna get your dog. Everything's gonna be Alright, that's through my time. I'm Danielle. Bye. Happy birthday, Skye.
Alright, that's Johnny Alvaro with a lot of truth and a lot of humor. I love that appearance there. We've got some great comics tonight. I want to give them all acknowledgement. With my glasses on. Let's start with Shanti Sharon. She was wonderful. Justin Lucas. Ronn Vigh. And Yanni Avara. There's one new comic tonight, and his name is Skye. We got a lot of fun people here. Tonight we have drunk and we've eaten because of the people that kept this restaurant going tonight. I want to thank the staff. Let's thank Danny, Chris, Brian, and Stefan. Thank you all for taking such good care of us. And now if you'll join me in the traditional acknowledgement of a birthday, but with a little twist. I'll sing the first verse, you sing the second. There's a song we all know. We sing it to friend or foe. But tonight we sing with gusto. 'Cause we love you so. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Skye. Happy birthday to you. Skye. Thank you for having us on.
Take care of. We're good.